Well, if you know the channel and or know me personally, you know I like cars. Hell, my entire channel is automotive based. Since the time I was 16 till now, I've owned something like 22 cars, everything from Corvettes to Dodge Neon SRT4s to 350Zs and a few things in between. So I'm no stranger to unique cars and just fun cars or cars in general. But there's one car I absolutely love, and I don't see them very often. And I would absolutely love to own one of these, but there's just one reason why I won't.
I'm afraid, all right? You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid.
That's right. Let's roll the intro and we'll talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So what prompted this video is I actually saw one of these today on the road. I see these things like once every 6 months, and that is the Maserati Granturismo. Am I saying that right? I don't know. I think this car is absolutely underrated and absolutely gorgeous. However, the only thing holding me back from buying one is my ignorance towards an Italian sports car and the cost to maintain the damn things. I mean, I own a C8, I own a Z06, C5, I own a Mini Cooper, which is, you can't work on cars, a Mini Cooper's a money pit, just so you know. I'll be honest with you, even before I bought the C8s, I thought to myself, just the equity I would have on it in a couple of years, I thought about trading it in on a Granturismo Maserati. I could afford one. I could trade my C in right now, just take the equity of the money I put down and what I get for it and buy a 2015-ish Granturismo, right? But what's holding me back is all the horror stories I hear online. Now, if you're watching this as an owner of a Maserati Granturismo, you're probably laughing at me, and it's probably ignorance on my part. I know nothing about Italian motors at all. And the fact that it's a shared brand with Ferrari makes me even a little more apprehensive. I mean, I could do an oil change on almost anything. I'm sure I could learn how to do it. It's just the learning curve is terrifying. Now, if you're not familiar, it's a GT car. It is a sports car, but it's more of a Grand Tour with some performance elements. These things sound amazing. It's a cross-plane cranked version of a Ferrari motor, V8. The interior is a little dated. These things came out, I want to say 2007 as an '08 model, I believe. And they stopped making them, 2021, I think? But yeah, the interiors are very dated, but the outside of these cars are a work of art. They're very reminiscent to a C7-ish, a little bit. Long hood, big V8s, relatively small cabin. However, it is more family friendly. I got another kid coming, so it makes sense. Hey, go buy a Granturismo and you've got 2 kids in the backseat. That would be a good selling point to my wife, but I absolutely love the look of these cars. And again, I could go scoop one up tomorrow. It's just the cost and maintenance learning curve I would have to deal with to get into one. The absolute gorgeous spec that they make is actually a yellow. It's very similar to a Millennium Yellow Corvette. Picture right here. Not very many of them. Those are really hard to find. Man, black wheels, red calipers. Damn, that'd be sexy. But yeah, another thing too is that you never see these things. They're pretty elusive. I would say they're more elusive than a C8. I see a C8 at least 2 or 3 times a week now. Hell, the other day I was coming back from the ocean front here at Virginia Beach in my C8, and I saw 3 other ones. So the mystique of the C8s, slowly drifting away. But these cars, man, they didn't make very many of them, but they just look cool. They look classy AF, and they're so inexpensive. The depreciation on any Maserati is, if you bought one new, I'm sorry, they're worth about a third, fourth of what they were at sticker. For instance, if you were to find a 2017 Maserati Granturismo, new, probably about 105, 110. You could scoop one up now, good condition, like $35,000, $40,000. If you want to get a little older one, like a 2008, 9, 10, you can get one in the low 20s. It's crazy how much a Maserati depreciates. But with that being said, if you bought one already bottomed out, you wouldn't lose your ass too much when you went to sell it one day. Yeah, don't buy a Maserati new. That's, if anything out of this video, don't buy a brand new Maserati, because within 3 years, it'll be worth half or a third of the cost. But they do make very pretty cars. Now, the Ghibli, that thing's kind of goofy. The interior's goofy. It's heavy. It's not that fast. In fact, it's kind of a piece of shit. But the Gran Turismo and their new hypercar, supercar, the mid-engine, MC, I think, MC something, I don't know, but the name will be right here. Gorgeous car. Maserati is riding the ship, if you will. But yeah, you never hear about them. You never see them. As my other Corvettes enthusiasts or channel followers, I'm curious to know your take on the Gran Turismo Maserati. Or if you're an owner of one, please educate me if I sound really stupid. Just for fun, I've looked at insurance quotes. They are about 3 times as much as my C8s. I live in an okay area, good credits, no accidents, knock on wood, haven't had a ticket in over 10 years. My C8's about $1,100 a year to insure. The Maserati, you're looking at 3 or 4 times that. So there's definitely a Maserati tax you gotta pay. It's unfortunate. Gorgeous car. I would love to own one. It just scares me owning one. And it would make more sense for me having a back seat, you know. And again, I could go buy one tomorrow. It would cost me nothing with the, you know, the equity on the seat. This is kind of like one of those cars on my Crossfire video I did a few months ago, where I love a Crossfire. And those things are so cheap and easy to maintain. It's a Chrysler product, where that wouldn't scare me to scoop one up. But scooping up a Maserati, you know, you throw a rod, and now I got to buy a Ferrari motor. And what's the crate cost on that? You know, I don't know, $20,000? I have no idea. But and imagine all the control arms and inlinks, belts, you name it, are going to be so alien and foreign to me. When I bought my Mini Cooper, I had to do a lot of reverse engineering. German engineering is bizarre, coming from a very simple, to me anyways, Chevy type platform. Anything GM to me is just very simple. But you get into some exotic cars, especially Maserati, man, holy shit. You got to buy all kind of specialty tools. Having a Mini Cooper, if you have one, a triple square, you know what I'm talking about. All these goofy little, they look like star bits, but they're not. Every goddamn thing uses a triple square. It's just weird. So I don't know. And I still don't have the time to learn a brand new platform, you know? But maybe I'll do some research on it. You know, maybe if it doesn't scare me. Maybe if I find out they're not that bad to own. That might be a future car. The C5Z is not going anywhere, guys. And don't worry, this isn't a tomorrow thing. I gotta move first and all kind of other shit. But owning a Maserati Gran Turismo in yellow would be an amazing family car one day. Yeah, I just want to kind of talk about it and vent. I saw one today. I wanted to make a video about it. So that's it, guys. Quick little video. I want your thoughts on them. And again, if you're an owner, I really want your thoughts on it. And just tell me how bad or decent it is to own one. So cool. Next video is going to be updates on my wife's Buick. We got some information on what's going on with that. They're finally getting parts for the Buick Envista. They're not going to get it until July. We probably won't get the car back till August. That'll be a 7-month wait for a fender bender. Isn't that crazy? It's not Buick's fault. It's not the repair shop's fault. It's simply a brand new model that they didn't have a surplus of extra parts. That's all it comes down to. And again, we're not paying for it. We got a rental car until then, so you know, it's all paid for. But now I'm just kind of rambling. But yeah, the Maserati Gran Turismo. Your thoughts down below. Let me know. All right, guys. See y'all later. Mark out.